1. The rear loader. The rear loader is the oldest compacting garbage truck design still in heavy use, and one of the most versatile. The crew loads waste into a hopper at the back of the truck by hand or using a cart tipper. A hydraulic packer blade then scoops the waste out of the hopper and compresses it forward against a moving wall inside the body. Body capacity ranges from 6 to 35 cubic yards, carrying up to 18 tons at maximum load. That compaction power is what makes the rear loader dangerous to take lightly. Modern packer blades generate enough force to break down couches, mattresses, and bulky items that wouldn't fit in any other truck. A single rear loader with a 2 or 3 man crew services around 800 homes in a day. It's slower than an automated system, but it handles cargo no automated truck can touch, and it gets into tight streets where bigger trucks can't fit. 2. The front loader. The front loader is built for commercial dumpsters. 2 hydraulic arms mount to the front of the truck and fold up over the cab. At each stop, the driver lines up the forks with the pockets on a commercial dumpster, typically 2 to 8 cubic yards, lifts it over the top of the cab, and tips the contents into a hopper on top of the body. A packer blade inside compresses the load toward the rear. Most U.S. front loaders carry up to 40 cubic yards of waste and lift containers weighing 8,000 pounds. That's a fully loaded dumpster going straight up and over the windshield of the truck. Modern units use pack-on-the-go hydraulics, meaning the driver compacts the load while rolling to the next stop. No idling, no wasted time. On a high-density commercial route, restaurants, malls, office parks, the front loader delivers the lowest cost per ton of any refuse truck in the industry. 3. The automated side loader, ASL. The automated side loader is a one-man operation. A robotic arm mounts to the curbside of the truck, extends out, grabs a standardized wheeled cart, lifts it up, and dumps it into a top hopper, all controlled by a joystick inside the cab. The driver never gets out. The first ASL hit the streets in Scottsdale, Arizona in 1969, and today it's the dominant residential collection truck in America. Cycle time is 8 to 10 seconds per cart. A single ASL services up to 1,500 homes a day. That's nearly double what a rear loader crew handles. The advantages are obvious. Lower labor cost, fewer repetitive stress injuries, faster routes. The limitations are real too. ASLs need standardized carts placed correctly at the curb, with enough clearance for the arm to operate. Parked cars, overhanging branches, and bins placed too close together can shut down the entire collection process on that stop. 4. The manual side loader. The manual side loader is the ASL's older, simpler cousin. It's loaded from the side of the truck by hand. An operator walks up, lifts the trash, and dumps it into a side-mounted hopper. No robotic arm, no joystick, just muscle. Capacity runs from 6 to 18 cubic yards depending on configuration. Why does this truck still exist? Because an ASL can't go everywhere. Narrow alleys, private driveways, rural roads without standardized carts, apartment complexes with mixed container types, all of these environments defeat the automation. The manual side loader slips in where the ASL can't. Many modern manual side loaders come semi-automated, with a cart tipper mounted to the side that handles the lifting, while the operator still works the route on foot. It's a bridge between the old-school rear loader crew system and the fully automated ASL. And in certain routes, it's still the most practical option on the market. 5. The roll-off truck. The roll-off truck isn't a garbage collector, it's a container hauler. A hydraulic cable winch or hook lift system pulls large open-top containers onto the truck's rear rails. The driver pulls up to a full container, hooks on, winches it aboard, and hauls it away. At the disposal site, the container slides off and stays there until it's picked up again. Roll-off containers typically run 10 to 40 cubic yards, carrying up to 10 tons of material per load. These trucks don't compact anything. That's the entire point. Construction debris, demolition waste, scrap metal, large recyclables, bulky junk, all of it stays loose. A single roll-off truck can service multiple containers per day. Drop an empty at a site, pick up a full one, haul it to the landfill or recycling facility, cycle back. Simple concept, relentless demand, and absolutely essential to every construction and demolition operation in the country. 6. The hook lift truck. The hook lift is the roll-off's modern upgrade. Instead of a cable winch, it uses a hydraulic hook arm that swings over and engages a bar on the front of the container. The operator never has to exit the cab, push a button, and the hook arm pulls the container onto the truck frame. At the drop site, the process reverses. The arm tilts back and slides the container off. Cycle times are dramatically faster than cable winch roll-offs, and the driver stays safe inside the truck the entire time. Hook lifts handle containers ranging from 10 to 20 feet long with capacities up to 20,000 pounds. Beyond waste, they're used for interchangeable equipment bodies. A single truck chassis swaps between a dumpster, a flatbed, a water tank, or a debris bin. Municipal fleets love hook lifts for this reason. One truck, multiple jobs, minimal downtime between switches. It's one of the most versatile platforms in the refuse industry. 7. The Grapple Truck. The Grapple truck handles cargo that no hopper can swallow. It's equipped with a hydraulic knuckle boom arm tipped with a clamshell bucket, the same kind of grabber you see on log loading trucks. Mounted behind the cab, the boom extends, swings, grabs, and drops material into a dump body or trailer behind it. Bulky waste items, furniture, appliances, branches, logs, storm debris, all go into the Grapple. These are items too big to lift by hand and too awkward for a standard packer truck. After hurricanes, tornadoes, and major storms, Grapple trucks are the first heavy equipment into affected neighborhoods, clearing downed trees and wrecked furniture from curbs. Peterson Industries introduced the first municipal Grapple truck in the mid-1970s. Today, every serious municipal bulk collection operation runs them. The operator needs real skill. Swinging thousands of pounds of debris around power lines, parked cars, and homeowners takes experience most refuse drivers never develop. 8. The satellite truck. The satellite truck is a small collection vehicle used where bigger trucks can't operate. Gated communities, mobile home parks, college campuses, city parks, and cul-de-sacs with tight clearances, places a 40-yard front loader physically can't reach. The body is compact, usually 6 to 10 cubic yards, often mounted on a standard pickup truck chassis or a light-duty commercial frame. The satellite truck collects waste on its small route, then rendezvous with a full-size rear loader at a transfer point and full ejects its load into the larger truck. The big truck continues to the landfill. The satellite goes back out for another load. It's a hub-and-spoke system that lets a single rear loader service areas it could never reach directly. Compact, nimble, and specialized, the satellite truck is one of the least visible refuse vehicles on the road, but in the neighborhoods it serves, nothing else can do the job. 9. The Curotto-Can front loader. The Curotto-Can turned the commercial front loader into a residential collection machine. It's an automated carry can that mounts onto the forks of a standard front loader, with its own articulating grabber arm that extends forward to pick up residential carts. The key advantage is eyes-forward operation. The driver never looks behind or beside the truck. The arm works in front of the cab, always within direct line of sight. Cycle time is 4 to 5 seconds per cart, compared to 12 to 18 seconds on a standard ASL. That's up to 3 times faster. A Curotto-Can-equipped front loader averages 1,200 homes per day, 40% more than a rear loader, 25% more than an ASL. Capacity is also bigger. A 12-yard hopper on top of a 28 to 32-yard body means fewer landfill trips per shift. For fleets running both commercial and residential routes, the Curotto-Can is the most productive single truck on the market. 10. The split body truck. The split body truck handles 2 waste streams in one pass. The body is divided into 2 separate compartments, one on each side or front and rear, each with its own packer system. One side collects trash, the other collects recycling. Or one side takes paper and cardboard, the other takes commingled glass, metal, and plastic. A single truck services both streams on the same route without making a second trip. Split body configurations exist in rear loaders, side loaders, and front loaders. The compartments are sized based on expected volume. A typical split is 60-40 or 70-30, favoring the heavier stream. Municipalities running dual-stream recycling programs depend on these trucks to keep routes efficient. Without split bodies, every collection day would require 2 separate trucks on every street, doubling fuel, labor, and route time. The engineering trade-off is complexity. More moving parts, more hydraulic systems, more maintenance. But for dual-stream programs, the efficiency math makes it worth every dollar. 11. The recycling truck. Dedicated recycling trucks look like standard refuse trucks but operate differently. Most are open-top, multi-compartment designs built for single-stream or source-separated collection. The compartments keep different material types separated throughout the route. Paper in one bin, glass in another, metal and plastics in a third. No compaction in some designs, because compaction crushes glass and contaminates paper. Others use soft compaction with lower force than a standard refuse packer. Single-stream recycling trucks are often just ASLs or rear loaders running a recycling-only route, emptying into a sorting facility instead of a landfill. Source-separated trucks use the compartmented design to reduce sorting costs at the materials recovery facility. A clean load from a segmented truck is worth significantly more than a contaminated single-stream load. As recycling markets tighten and contamination standards rise, more municipalities are moving away from single-stream compaction back to source-separated collection, and the trucks that serve them. 12. The Compost Demystified Organics Truck. Organics trucks collect food waste, yard trimmings, and compostable materials, and they're designed to prevent the biggest problem with that cargo: Liquid leaching. Organic waste is wet. Rotting food produces leachate that corrodes steel, contaminates other loads, and creates health hazards. Compost trucks use sealed, watertight body construction with reinforced welded seams, interior coatings that resist acid, and drainage systems that capture leachate rather than letting it drip onto the street. Capacity typically runs 20 to 30 cubic yards. Many operate as rear loaders or side loaders with specialized bodies. Compaction rates are kept lower than standard refuse to avoid pulping the material and flooding the truck with liquid. As states and cities roll out mandatory organics diversion programs, California's SB 1383 is a major example. Demand for dedicated compost trucks has exploded. This segment was barely on the radar 10 years ago. Today, it's one of the fastest-growing categories in the refuse industry. 13. The Pneumatic Collection Truck. Pneumatic Collection Truck is the quietest garbage truck you'll ever see. It connects to underground waste systems through a hose and mouthpiece that plugs into a port, usually hidden under a plate set into the street or sidewalk. The truck's vacuum system pulls waste through underground pipes from connected buildings directly into a sealed onboard tank. No bins, no lifting, no manual collection, just a quiet hum, and the waste is gone. Pneumatic systems are common in dense European cities, airports, hospitals, and some high-rise developments in Asia. In the US, a handful of installations exist. Roosevelt Island in New York has run pneumatic collection since 1975. The advantage is cleanliness and efficiency. No trash cans on the street, no bin noise at 5 a.m., no vermin attracted to curbside containers. The disadvantage is cost. The underground infrastructure is extremely expensive to install. Once it's in place, though, the collection truck itself is a relatively simple vacuum rig. 14. The vacuum truck. The vacuum truck handles liquid waste and semi-liquid sludge, material you can't pack, scoop, or grapple. It uses a high-power pump to suck liquid, sludge, or loose material through a large flexible hose and into a sealed onboard tank. Capacities range from 2,200 gallons on smaller municipal units to over 5,000 gallons on heavy industrial rigs. Septic tanks, portable toilets, storm drains, industrial sumps, and wastewater spills all get cleared by vacuum trucks. Hydro-excavation trucks are a specialized variant that combines vacuum with high-pressure water, blasting soil loose and sucking the slurry out, exposing underground utilities without damaging them. On industrial sites, vacuum trucks handle hazardous liquid waste under strict DOT regulations. The tank construction, hose material, and pump specs all change based on what the truck is licensed to carry. It's not the truck you picture when someone says garbage truck, but in the waste industry, vacuum trucks handle billions of gallons of material every year. 15. The street sweeper. The street sweeper is a specialized refuse vehicle built for continuous surface cleaning. There are three main designs. Mechanical broom sweepers use rotating stiff brushes to sweep debris onto a conveyor that lifts it into a collection hopper. Regenerative air sweepers blow pressurized air onto the street surface and simultaneously suck the resulting dust and debris into a vacuum chamber. Pure vacuum sweepers skip the air blast and just vacuum directly. Each design works best on different debris types. Mechanical brooms handle leaves, gravel, and heavy material. Regenerative air units excel on fine dust and lightweight debris. Pure vacuum sweepers capture the smallest particulate matter, critical for air quality compliance in certain cities. Hopper capacity runs 3 to 12 cubic yards. These trucks work slowly, 5 to 10 miles per hour, because effective sweeping requires the brush or vacuum to make sustained contact with the surface. Every parking lot, every curbside, every highway shoulder that stays clean owes it to a street sweeper. 16. The CNG Garbage Truck. CNG trucks run on compressed natural gas instead of diesel. They burn cleaner, run quieter, and cost less per mile on fuel. Waste fleets were among the first heavy-duty industries to adopt CNG at scale. Because garbage trucks return to the same yard every night, refueling infrastructure only needs to exist in one place. That's the economic catch. A CNG fueling station costs hundreds of thousands of dollars to install, which only makes financial sense for large fleets running 20 or more trucks out of the same depot. CNG trucks perform comparably to diesel on most routes. Power output is similar. Range on a full fuel load is typically 250 to 400 miles. Some fleets run on renewable natural gas captured from landfills. That's a closed loop. The gas from the trash powers the truck that collects more trash. Waste Management, Republic Services, and most major municipal fleets run thousands of CNG trucks across the U.S. It's become the default alternative to diesel. 17. The Electric Garbage Truck. Electric refuse trucks are the newest category in the industry, and garbage collection routes are almost tailor-made for battery power. Trucks stop and start constantly. Every stop becomes regenerative braking that recharges the battery. Routes are predictable and finite, 60 to 120 miles per shift, always returning to the same depot for overnight charging. Electric motors deliver instant torque for the compaction hydraulics and near-silent operation for early morning collection in residential neighborhoods. Max LR Electric, BYD's 8R, Volvo's VNR Electric, and Heil's RevAmp auger compactor system are all in active service in major U.S. cities. Payload is comparable to diesel, roughly 30,000 pounds of waste capacity. The challenges are battery cost, charging infrastructure, and cold weather range reduction. But as battery prices continue falling and range improves each model year, electric refuse trucks are moving from novelty pilot programs into full fleet deployment. Zero emissions at the point of collection is a powerful selling point for any municipality. 18. The container delivery truck. The container delivery truck doesn't collect waste. It delivers the containers that hold it. Commercial dumpsters, roll-off boxes, rear-load containers, front-load bins, every one of them had to be delivered to the customer site. Container delivery trucks use a combination of crane, tilt bed, or roll-off mechanisms to load empty containers at the yard and place them precisely at the customer's location. Large commercial dumpsters get lifted by an onboard crane or tilt bed and set down wherever the driver can reach. Roll-off boxes use the same hook lift or winch system as a regular roll-off truck. Many refuse companies run dedicated delivery trucks separate from their collection fleet because the job is specialized. Placing a 40-yard dumpster in a tight construction driveway takes precision. Swapping out a damaged commercial container without interrupting the customer's operations takes experience. It's not flashy work. It's not what most people picture when they think of garbage trucks. But without it, the rest of the waste industry doesn't function.